Who is it? He's coming out. Help me. Help me. Night view looking at the phone screen. The caller ID on the screen is still his classmate Zhang Yushin. Zhang Yushin likes to play pranks. Always playing silly pranks. He's really a silly guy. Night seen cursed inwardly. After thinking about it, he still couldn't go back to the past. Hello. The user you dialed is temporarily unavailable. That's strange. When was it pasted on? Night scene is a sophomore student, because he owns an apartment near the school, so he doesn't live in the dormitory. The apartment was left to him by his parents, although the area is only about 60 square meters. Zhang Yushin, why are you calling me in the middle of the night? How bored are you? Are you out of your mind? Who called you in the middle of the night? Stop joking. I'm in a hurry to go for a smoke. On the way home from school, Zhang Yushin's night view is desolate. The three walk side by side. The noise Zhang Yushin created along the way was constant. Yijing was too lazy to ask about the phone call anymore because he knew it would be pointless to ask. After listening to Zhang Yushin's nonsense, Huang Liang asked Yijing curiously, "Yijing, we've known each other for so long, but you haven't invited us to your house." "Yeah, you're really unfair. We're supposed to be buddies." "No problem. I can take you anytime. Let's skip it today." Parted ways with the two yellow-faced men. Night seen alone embarked on the path home. His house was actually in a very remote location. Farmland surrounded him on both sides. The building was also one of the older types. Most of the residents were elderly. So he just took a quick shower and collapsed onto the bed, falling asleep immediately. Night scene was woken up by the ringtone. With some anger, he reached for his phone from the bedside. He glanced at the caller ID on the screen. It was Zhang Yushin again. Why is it him again? What is he trying to do? "I'm on the school playground. Help me, help me. Can't you come up with something more creative? Even saying you're being chased by a ghost would be fine." He's out.
没等叶瑾问下去，手机中就传出了挂断后的嘟嘟声。将手机放下，叶瑾不由打了个激灵，先前那种不舒服的感觉变得更加激烈了。
He decided to ask Zhang Yushin what he was up to tomorrow. Zhang Yushin, are you ever going to stop? There's a limit to joking, isn't there? What did I do to offend you this time? Seeing Zhang Yushin still pretending, Yijin's anger flared even more. You're asking me, calling me for help in the middle of the night. Do you think this is a horror movie? You're really something. When did I call you? If you don't believe me, check your call logs yourself. You've probably mistaken me for someone else. I've mistaken you for someone else. Do you think I'm blind? Why are you all so angry so early in the morning? We're all good buddies. What's there to argue about? Although Huang Liang didn't know what had happened between the two, but seeing Yi Jing's face turn pale with anger, he vaguely guessed that Zhang Yushen's joke might have gone too far. Without asking the reason, he pulled Yi Jing aside. Yi Jing, don't be like Yushen. Don't you know him? Kids are naturally playful and love to joke around. If buddies fall out over a joke, it would be such a laughingstock if word got out. A beautiful day ended in such a boring way. In the past, when I came home in the evening, it was only Yi Jing and Huang Liang together. After returning home, Yi Jing, as usual, took a bloody shower. Afterwards, he sat at his desk and read. Reading is one of Yi Jing's hobbies. He always liked to read books with a mysterious element. For example, suspense, supernatural, etc. Night Scene felt a chill spread through his body. The caller ID still showed Zhang Yushen. He came out. Help me, help me. Night Scene stares at the now black screen. A storm raged in her heart. Night Scene ponders ... Still can't go back to the past with Wern. Hello. The user you dialed is temporarily unavailable. Night View. I barely slept last night. I've been leaning against the headboard in a daze. As for what I'm thinking about, he probably didn't even know it himself. As soon as Yi Jing entered the school gate, he saw a crowd of people ahead. There were also 3 police cars with flashing red lights nearby. Just as Yi Jing had heard, Zhang Yushen is dead. The first 2 times were his pranks. But this time, did it become a real boy crying wolf story? Or did he already have a premonition that someone wanted to harm him? Who was that person on the phone? Did you see it? The death of a mountain is no different from that of a skewer of meat. But is that even possible? The flagpole is over 10 meters high, and the surrounding area for nearly 20 meters is completely open. It's impossible for him to have died in a place like that. Do you know how the body on the mountain was taken down? I just can't understand the martyr's motive for doing this. I can't understand how he did it. Perhaps you think I'm talking nonsense. Yesterday, Yushan mentioned something to me. He told me he felt like he was being watched by something, and what was watching him could very well kill him. What was watching him? A ghost. Night View, please come with us. We have some questions for you. I heard the deceased had a good relationship with you. Is that so? Yes, we were quite close. Recently, did the deceased exhibit any unusual behavior? For example, having an argument with someone. Everything is normal. We haven't seen him have any conflicts with anyone. According to our investigation, the deceased spoke to you on the phone before his death. Right. That's right. At the time, I thought it was a prank. So, in these 3 calls, what did he say to you? 3 calls. Are you sure you're not mistaken? He only called me once last night. You still have your call logs, right? They're on my phone. Don't mind letting me see them? Of course. It was clearly 3 times. Why did you lie? I don't know what happened, but I only received 1 phone call. What did the deceased say to you on the phone? After some questioning, the police let Yi Jing leave. The day after Zhang Yushen's death, the police announced that Zhang Yushen's death was not a murder, but a suicide. But for this result, the Night View is naturally 100 times unfortunate. But after hearing this conclusion, they all seem to accept it readily. In such a large campus, only the students in their class scoffed at this conclusion. It was as if this class didn't belong to this campus. The tragedy continued to unfold in Hong Kong. First, the class. Then all the female students in the class were successively thrown onto the flagpole. But the police, after investigating, found that the girl hadn't died by suicide. Recently, a series of heartbreaking things have happened in the class. However, the school and the police clearly don't care about our lives or deaths. And how many of them could fit their entire body inside after climbing up? If you choose to leave like this, don't you feel regret? Don't you think it's very unfair to the deceased? They were our teachers. They were our classmates, with whom we spent every day. But they died without explanation. The police won't help them. The school won't care either. Must we be so heartless? Are you sick? Why are the police and the school ignoring us? Besides, they're already dead. What we need to care about now is whether the murderer will continue to kill. Class monitor, if you want to speak out for them, we definitely won't stop you. But we're not familiar with those people. Don't drag us down with you. We still want to live a few more years. Yeah, you're really good at causing trouble. We've only known each other for a year. We've been living together day and night. I want to investigate this matter thoroughly, but my personal abilities are limited. Therefore, I hope to get your help. Those willing to help me, please stay. Those who don't want to, please leave. If I had known this would happen, I would have left long ago. Yeah, a waste of my time. Night View, wait for me. Night View was a little surprised to see Huang Liang. I thought you were staying. I did choose to stay. But the class monitor said he'd wait another day to see. He said he'd call those who stayed tomorrow. We'll discuss the details of the investigation then. Even the police can't figure this out. What can you guys possibly find out? Our class has an eerie atmosphere everywhere. It's hard to say if we stay any longer. I know that although I haven't known Yushin for very long, I do know a little about that kid. Although he likes to be mischievous on a daily basis, but he was a very honest person. He had no ulterior motives whatsoever, but such a good person died so inexplicably. As his friend, how could I stand idle by? Huang Liang finished speaking with a sigh, afraid the Night View would misunderstand his meaning. Then he suddenly changed the subject and said he wouldn't talk about it anymore. There's still some time before it gets dark. I'll just go to your house for a bit. Is this place very remote? I was shocked by the environment when I first moved here. I don't understand why there are such barren places in this modern city. Let's go upstairs. What's wrong with you living here? This building is a bit old, but it shouldn't collapse. I brought a friend home today. He's my classmate. Who were you talking to just now? Aunt Wang, who lives next door. Come on over. Come you, Aiba. Where are your aunt and uncle? I live here alone. My parents are abroad and rarely come back to China. Such a big mirror standing opposite the door. Aren't you afraid to get up to use the bathroom at night? It's all right. This mirror was here when it was moved in. I was too lazy to move it. You know what? That day I went to the intersection near the police station and discovered something very strange. What happened? You should know about the argument between Yushin and me those 2 days. Right, Yushin told me about it. You said he made harassing phone calls to you in the middle of the night. You were crying and screaming for help, but he told me he didn't make those
那电
calls.
话不是他打的。
Yushin wasn't lying at that time. He didn't call me for help those 2 days. But he was the one who called. Yushan also called me on the day he was killed. The content of the call was less helpful than the previous. He was just yelling for help. At first, I thought it was the story of the boy who cried wolf. The phone call from Ayam a couple of days ago was a prank. The last one was real. Ayam also called me on the day he was killed. The content of the call was unrelated to the previous two. They were all yelling for help. At first, I thought it was the story of the boy who cried wolf. The phone call from Yushan a couple of days ago was a prank. The last one was real. I only realized it later at the police station. The content of those 3 phone calls was all real. Because Yushan called me 3 times on the day he was killed. But for some reason, I received 2 of those calls 2 days earlier. And at that time Yushan hadn't encountered any danger yet. 2 days later, Huang only felt a chill in the room. This matter is simply too bizarre. Zhang Yushin's death was definitely not a simple murder. It was a vengeful ghost killing him. If I'm not mistaken,
有山之所以会给你打电话，
is because he thinks you know something.
知道些什么？
Perhaps there's a chance to save him. Why would he say that? Think about how you questioned him about the harassing phone calls 2 days ago. He must have been incredibly frustrated at the time. Later, for some unknown reason, he came to the school in the middle of the night. Then a series of unbelievable things happened. And in his opinion, those things were not something the police could solve. Therefore, he thought of you.
因为你对他提起过，他曾在午夜给你打电话，大叫着要你去学校的操场上去救他。你在当时的话，恰好与他当时的经历类似，这就给他一种你能做到未卜先知的错觉，所以他才会选择给你打电话。
There's something else I don't know if you know.
不知你知不知道？
It was very late when Huang Liang left Yijin's house. Yijin sat alone on the sofa, but Yijin felt a chill run down his spine. He was thinking about what Huang Liang had said to him before he left.
京九路6号煤气泄漏事件，是。
It turns out that one night 8 years ago, a serious gas leak incident occurred here. All 78 residents of the building perished. All died from poisoning. From then on, the teachers' building was abandoned by the government. No one dared to live there again.
假的，一定是假的。
I've lived here for over a year.
多的时间
Every day when I come back, I see Aunt Wang from next door and Eugenie's mother.
He
couldn't continue, because he remembered Huang Liang's words. There's something I don't know if you know.
你知不知道？
This building has been abandoned for a long time, because an accident happened here years ago. All the residents on the first floor died. Later, the building was demolished. The surrounding buildings were all demolished, but for some unknown reason. But this building was left standing.
你可别
Don't scare
吓唬
me.
我
I've lived here for over a year. I see other residents every day. Or they go to buy groceries, or they go to take out the
对
trash.
了，我们刚才上来的时候，不是还遇到隔壁的王大妈了吗？
Did you forget I greeted her?
我还和她打招呼了呢。
What Aunt Wang? You were clearly talking to yourself then. I was talking to myself. Don't scare me. Didn't you ask me who I was talking to then? Yeah, I just didn't see anyone. That's why I asked who you were talking to. How could it be Suhai? Didn't he take the train home this afternoon? I want to call the police. Someone about to commit a violent act on the playground of King's School. Damn it. Where is Suhai? He's disappeared. Ah.
奇怪，
Strange. Why is the door in the mirror
怎么是
closed?
关着的？
This is a text message I sent to myself. Could it be a text message from the future?
未来的短信
Like the
吗
one about the mountain?
当
When you
看到
see
这条
this
短
text
信
message,
时
don't be
千万不
afraid,
要害怕，因为
because
这
this
并不
isn't
是
a
厉
vengeful
鬼给
ghost
发来的
sending you a
死亡
message to
短信
claim your life. It was your life-saving text message. You should have seen the ghost that appeared in that celestial realm. You should also be aware of the tragedies that happen daily at the school. Everything is just as you thought. This is not the work of worldly forces. It is a vengeful spirit. I know you want to stay out of this mess. You want to stay far away from this mess. But I'm sorry. You're also being targeted by a vengeful ghost. If you don't come up with a solution, your corpse will also appear on the flagpole. It's not just you. Everyone in the class will be like this. I can predict the order of your deaths in advance. Su Hai was killed last night. Quan Xiaodong will be killed tonight. Chen Yule will die tomorrow night. I know you still doubt the authenticity of this message. So let's wait and see. Who are you? Night View discovered the message you sent.
发出的消息，
In the
最终
end,
接受的还
it's
是
still
自己。
yourself who accepts it. Tit 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 tit. Huang Liang, where are you now? Me and the class monitor are in
班
class.
级里呢？
What
怎么了？
happened? Nothing. Was anyone killed yesterday?
有
Su Hai
石海
died.
死了，
Just
就和
like
有
Yushan
他
and
们
the
一
others.
样
He was
被
impaled on
断
the
死在了旗
flagpole.
杆子上。班
The
长
squad
是
leader
这件
witnessed
事
this.
情的目击者，
His
他现在
emotions
的
are
情
quite
绪也不
unstable
怎么
right now.
稳定。按照
Logically,
常理，徐海
Su
林
Haley should
坐
have taken the
昨天
train
下午
home
的火车
yesterday
回家
afternoon.
了，
It's
根本不
impossible
可
for
能
him
再
to
出
be
现
at school
学校
again.
的。
Night Scene was horrified to discover that the order of death was the same as in the text message. Huang Liang, tell the class monitor. Just tell them I want to investigate this with you. Don't be afraid. I won't hurt you. You're the only person I've seen all these years. And the only living person to move in all these years. Actually, we're all terrified. Why did you come here? Why did you come here? I actually lived with ghosts for over a year. Night Scene finished speaking and shivered. He has made up his mind never to come back. Even if these ghosts won't harm him.
叶瑾，你才加入进来，有些事情你并不了解，所以我先为你讲讲我们近几日的调查成果。
这起事件到目前为止共持续了7日，每日都会有1人惨死在旗杆上。随后
Then the
警
police
方
will
便
arrive
会
to
赶来
collect the
收
body.
尸，
Then they
之后又
quickly
早早
gave
地
the
给
absurd
出是自
conclusion
杀死
that it
亡
was
的
a
荒谬
suicide.
结论。
As
至于
for the
校方
school
乃
and
至
even
是
students
其他
from other
班级的学
classes,
生，在
they
对
were
待
all
此
very
事的
indifferent
态
in
度
their
上也都
attitude
十
towards
分
the
冷
matter.
淡。
It
就
was
仿佛
as
学
if
校
no
中没
one
有
in
人
the
被
school
杀
had been
人。
murdered.
期
During
间
this
我曾
time,
询问过
I
数
asked
人
several people
对
for
于
their
这起连
opinions
续
on
杀
this
人
serial
案的
killing
看法，
case.
然而他
However,
们的回答
their
却
answers
令我
sent
毛
chills
骨
down
悚
my
然。
spine.
你
Guess
猜
what they
他们
said?
是怎么回答我的？
They
他们
actually
对我
told me
说并
they
不
didn't
知
know
道什么
anything
凶
about
杀
the
案，
murders.
校
There were no
园
dead
中也
bodies
不
on
存在
campus.
什么死人。
What does this mean? This means that in their eyes, there has never been a murder in the school, and they never knew anyone had died. In other words, only our class knows about this. How is this possible?
先前发现有山尸体的，不就是其他班级的人吗？
How could they not know someone had been murdered at school?
有人被杀。
得到这个恐怖的回答后，我
I
又
then
先后
questioned
询问了
several
几个老
teachers.
师，从他们的口中，我更是得到了一个可怕的信息。学
A
校
series
确
of
实曾
murders
发生
did
过一
indeed
连
occur
串
at the
凶
school.
杀案，
The
死者的
manner,
死法、
appearance,
死相
and location
以
of
及
the
死亡
victims'
地
deaths
点
are
都
similar
与
to
这
this
起事件
incident,
相似，但
but it
仅
was
仅也
merely
只是相似
unrequited
而已
love,
因为
because
这
this
起
murder
凶杀案
occurred
发
2
生的
years
时
ago.
间是在2年前。
We're only sophomores. If it were 2 years ago, then we wouldn't even be in university yet. Wait, the police closed the case so hastily. Such a series of tragedies on campus, and nobody cares. Students from other classes all said they knew nothing about it. If you put everything together, does that mean we died 2 years ago? You
我
can
当时
imagine
很
how
震惊
shocked I
到何
was.
种地步，我想你应该可以想象得到。我
I
怀
clung
揣
to
着
one
最后一
last
丝
shred of
侥
hope.
幸
I
上
went
网
online
查
to
询了
look
那
up the
起
murder
凶杀案
case and the
以及
identities
凶
of
杀
the
案中
victims.
各个死者的身份。
The
结
results
果
came
很快
quickly.
就出现了。
The
死者都
deceased
是
were
大
all
二部班
students
的
in the
学生
second year cram.
连
Even
同
party
老师
members
在
were
内
included.
一
A
共
total of
20
20
人
people.
无一
All
例
of them
外，全
tragically
部惨
died on the
死在了
school's
学校的
flagpole.
旗杆上。警
The
方
police
当
even
时还
set up a
成立了
special
专案
task
组
force to
来调查
investigate the
此
matter.
事
I heard that the higher-ups also assigned someone to handle, but ultimately, they couldn't find out the truth. Later, due to the lack of motive, there was no evidence. There was no possibility of a crime. This murder case was defined as a mass suicide.
大二 B 班，
Isn't this our
这不就是我们的
class?
班级吗？
If
如果
I'm
我
not
没猜
mistaken,
错的话，
the
死者应
deceased
该
must
就是
be
我们
us.
吧？
Right,
你
you're
说的
right.
没错。
If that's
如果
really
真
the
是这样，
case,
那
does
岂
that
不是
mean
说我
we
们早
died
在
2
2
years
年
ago?
前就死了？但这
But
可
is that
能吗？
possible?
就
Even
算
if
我
we're
们没
not
有
living
活
in
在现
reality,
实，
are
难道
our
我们的
families
家
the
人也
same?
一样吗？
Hey,
呵呵
that does
听起
sound
来的确
unbelievable.
是匪夷所思，但
But
不可否认
undeniably,
的，这就
this
是
is
摆
the
在我
fact
们眼
before
前的
us.
事实。
If you want a more
如果想要
accurate
贴切地解释，
explanation,
那
then you
只
can
能
only
将这
consider
里
this
看
place
成
as
是
a
一
time
处时
tunnel.
间隧道，
And
而
we
我
are
们则在
constantly
这条
traveling
隧道
through this
中
tunnel.
不住地穿梭着。
And
而且有
one
一点
thing is
是可以
certain.
肯定的，那
That
就是
is,
自拿
since
起
the
凶
murder
杀案过
case,
后，必然就
generally,
被学校
this
废
was
除了。
abolished by the
也
school. That
就
means
是
the
说，
classroom
我
we
们
are
目前
currently
所在
in
的
is a
教室
non-existent
是一
classroom.
个不存在的教室。其
Actually,
实时间
the
上的
time
问
issue
题
isn't a
并不
problem.
算问题，无
Whether
论
we
我们
lived
是
2 years
生活
ago
在
or
2 年
now,
前，还是生活在现在，这
this
对
won't
我们
affect
都
us
造成
much.
不了什么影响。我
We
们
can
现
now
在可
communicate
以顺
smoothly
利地与
without
外人交
outsiders.
流，与家人交流，所以
Therefore,
是不存
there
在
is no
时间
time
障碍的。
barrier.
也
In
就
other
是
words,
说，我们
as
只要
long
能
as
在
we
这
can
起
survive
凶杀
these
案中
murders,
活下来，
then
那么
all
一切问
problems will
题
resolve
就会被
themselves.
自破，我
We
们
will
又会
return
回
to
到
our
我们的
daily
生
lives.
活中。所
So
以
the key
重点只是
instruction
我们
is
该
how
如
we
何
should
活下
survive.
去。根
According
据
to
陈
Chen
情的
King's
调查，
investigation,
我
I now
现
know
在
our
已
order
经
of
知
death.
道了我们的死亡顺序。我
I
是
am
第
the
16
16th
个
to
死
die.
者，
Zhang
张达
Da
是
is the
第
17th.
17个，
Qin
聂
Yiru
如
is
是
the
第
18th.
18，
Chen
陈
Qing is
晴
the
是第
19th.
19个，
Huang
黄亮
Liang
是
is
第
the
20
20th.
个。
我是
What
第
number
几
am
个？
I? Your
死者
name
名
is
单
not
里
on the
没有
list
你
of
的
the
名
deceased.
字。不
Not
仅
only
如
that,
此，
we
我们
didn't
在
find
学
your
校的
name
名
on the
单里
school's list
也没
either.
有找到你的名字。
My name isn't on the list.
学校中也没有。
Just
就
as
如黄
Huang
亮
Liang
说的那
said,
样，这
there's
里
no
没有关于
information
你的
about
任
you
何
here.
信息。
I can
死者名
understand
单
not
上没有
being
我
on the
倒
list
能
of the
理解。
dead.
或许
Perhaps
我
I
最终
survived in
活
the
了下
end.
来，但
But
学
there's
校
no
的名
way
单
I
里
wouldn't be
不
on
可
the
能没有
school's
我
list.
的。
I
我
got
只
in
是
through the
通过高
college
考
entrance
进来的，
exam.
这一
That's
点是不
undeniable.
会有假的。我
Did
真
I
的
really
参加
take the
过高
college
考吗？
entrance exam?
那
Then
我
what score
高
did
考
I
又
get on
打
the
了多
college
少分
entrance
呢？
exam?
叶
Night
瑾
View
想了
thought for a
想，
moment.
发现自己仿佛缺失了这2年在学校的记忆，甚至他都不知道自己是怎么来到这个城市的。
叶瑾，你有什么好主意吗？你可是我们逃生的希望，毕竟名单上就没有你的名字。我只是说说我对这件事的看法，并不
Not
一定
necessarily
正确。
correct.
我
I
认
think we should
为
address
我
the
们应
root
该
cause
从
of the
根源
problem.
上解决问题，
Just
就
like
如同
most
大多
ghost
数
stories?
闹鬼的传闻一样。看看
Let's
是
see
不
if
是
there's
有
any
冤
injustice
情
involved.
操
Are there
场
any
上
corpses
是不
buried
是
on
埋
the
葬着尸
playground?
体我们
Has
中
anyone
是否
among
有
us
人
done
做了
something
伤天
heinous?
害理的事情。
虽然
Although you're
死
not
亡
on the
名单
death
上没有
list,
你，但如果你就此离去，
your
你的
body
尸
would
体
appear on
会
the
出现在
flagpole.
旗杆上。
Please
请相信
believe me.
旗杆是一切的源头。
Destroying the
破坏旗杆
flagpole
就
will
能
sever
斩
the
断
source of the
诅咒源
curse.
头，一切
Everything will
都会
return to
回到
normal.
接
In the
下来的
following
数日
days,
班级
15
已经
people in the
死
class
掉了
have died.
15人。
These 15 people were added to that death list. The order of death is exactly the same as recorded above. This further proves the authenticity of that list and the irreversibility of this event. Today it's Chang Lingfeng's turn.
大二 B 班
Suicide of all 15 students
全
in the class. One second-year student has gone missing every year for the past 5 years. Names not on the death list. They are different from what I found. Could the truth be ... Thinking of his terrifying conjecture, he was only momentarily startled. He felt a chill run through the room. It was as if a malevolent ghost was staring at him from behind. He now finally believed the mysterious man's words. Choosing to remain aloof is a dead end. Chang Lingfeng sat there with empty eyes. His face had long lost its former luster. His eyes were filled only with despair. Do you have any other ideas? Today it's the class monitor's turn.
时间紧迫，想要查清这起事件的源头，并解决它已经不太现实了。我们能做到的只有避免进入教学楼，以及锯断那根旗杆。
前些天的教训还不够吗？这根本就不是我们可以阻止的。
It's possible that sawing down the flagpole would achieve that. Not all of those people chose to leave school without exception, and whether they actually returned to school is unknown. So there's a possibility here. That is, They were
校后
actually killed
其
after
实就
leaving
已经被
school.
杀死了，而我们
And
之
what we
后
saw
看到
afterward
的
was
不
just
过
their
只是他们
ghosts.
的幽灵罢了。
No,
不行
I have
我
a
总
feeling
感觉
something
巨大
bad
的
will happen
期
if
待
I saw
会
off the
发生
flagpole.
不好的事情。
I'll
一
buy
会儿
rope
会绑
later.
绳索，到
Then
时
we'll
候
tie
就
the
将
class
班长
monitor up
捆绑
and
到
take him
一个
somewhere
学
far
校的
away
地
from
方
school.
然
Then
后
we'll
我
all
们
watch
几
him
人在一起
together.
看着他。有这么多种保险存在，
Perhaps this might prevent that force from bringing the class monitor into the school. Alright,
好，
let's
我们
hurry
抓
and
紧
split
时
up.
间分头行动，先把绳索备齐。
这
I've
间
checked
屋子
this
我已经
room.
检查过了，门窗并没有遭到破坏，所以
So,
应该
it should
能
be
起到
able to
隔
act
离
as
的
an
作用。
isolation barrier.
谢谢
Thank
你
you.
们，谢谢
Thank you
你
for
们
not
没有
abandoning
将我
me.
抛弃。
Don't
放心
worry,
吧
we will
我
all
都会
survive.
活下来的。
你们
Did you hear
听到什
anything?
么声音？
Did
你
you
是不
hear
是听
wrong?
错了，什么声音都没有啊。
没有
Nothing.
可能
Maybe
是
I
我听
misheard.
错了。有
There are
脚步声
footsteps. Did you hear
你没
that?
听到
Yes,
到了
I heard
是
footsteps.
是脚步
It
声
sounds like someone is coming up.
好像有什么人上来了。
Don't make such a fuss. I guess someone drank too much and ran in to use the restroom. Don't connect it to that kind of force.
你
Can
们谁
anyone
去
go
看
check on me?
我
I'll
去
go.
吧。
There are still men
这儿
here.
还有男人在。
I
用
don't
不着
need
你
you. What happened?
发生
What's
什么
going
事
on?
了？
Chong Lingfeng heard the noise outside the door. He shouted several times, but Yi Jing and the others didn't reply. This further aroused his fear.
他心中的恐惧情绪。
Who's there?
谁在那？
And Hugh and Anthong. This is the
这
teaching
里是
building.
教学楼，
I'm
我竟然
back in the
回到了
school's
学校的
teaching
教
building.
学楼。
My name is Yi Jin. I've been caught up in a bizarre incident. All 20 students in my class are dying one after another in a strange sequence. What is the truth behind all the text messages from my future? No,
不
no,
我不
I
能
can't
死
die
在这
here.
里
I
我不
can't
能
die
死
here.
在这。对了
Right, I can
我
call
可以
Chen
打电
Chen
话
and
给
the
父亲
others.
他们。我
I
要
need
报
to call
警
the police.
今日
Someone
学校
is
的
about to
操
commit a
场上
crime
有
on the
人要
playground of
行
King
凶
School. I
听
heard
到
this
这个
sound.
声音，常冷风顿时被一股强烈的窒息感所包围，直接挂掉了电话。因为电话里传出的声音正是他自己。与此同时，正在弃屋惶恐等待的几人也察觉出不对劲。
What are you standing there
还愣着
for?
干什么？
It's broken.
快给
Quickly
班
call
长
the
打电
squad
话。
leader.
黄
Wang
亮去把
Liang,
锁打开
go unlock it. Chongling Peak Tower has
消
disappeared.
失了。
叶
Yi
景，
Jing,
你没事
are you
吧
all right?
我们
What
接
should we
下
do
来该
next?
怎么办？
I'm fine if I'm not
不
mistaken.
过我猜的没错。
The class monitor has probably been sent back to school by that force, although I don't want to say it. But we can't save him now. He's facing everything now.
事实摆在眼前，
We simply can't stop that force. Once the deadline for death is reached, we will be led back to school. What nonsense are you spouting? According to you, we can only wait to die.
你
Watch
他
your
妈把
mouth,
嘴巴
you
放干
bastard.
净点
Did
叶
Night
景有
View say
这么
that?
说吗？
Actually, I have another way. What other options do you have for the night view? We're going back to school now. Then break the lock. Enter the teaching building. The people who died earlier were all killed after entering the teaching building.
我们现在进去不是自寻死路。
That's not necessarily true.
按照你们的说法，
Your names are on that death list. And the dates of your deaths. So, if we calculate it, you haven't reached your death date yet. So I think the danger is much smaller. Of course, I'm not sure if it's definitely not there. But we're out of options. If we don't find a way to get into the teaching building, find out the source of this incident. We need to find another way to saw off that flagpole. Otherwise, we'll just have to wait to die at home. After thinking for a while, the group decided to enter the teaching building. Even though the teaching building might pose a great danger, time is of the essence. We've packed our things. Let's hurry over there. Let's go. Let's go inside. Night view. Where are we going? It's our classroom. Why are we going to Dolly? We are not.